Hey, welcome to this episode. In this episode, we're going to frame the house. We've got the structural steel in, so we're going to work on these big rake walls. We're going to set all of our trusses, dry it in, try to get ready for four-way. And just so you know, it's going to take me a long time. Okay, if I plan this out right, this should be the start of the second part of the framing video. We just had the structural steel video, but it never works how I planned. Anyway, what we got going to... I got the steel in, we're all ready to go, which I've been waiting for the floor. So I put the rim around the floor area, second floor, all around here. Got a measurement. You gotta have angle braces, put a string line to make sure your walls are straight. These walls are kind of flopping, but once I get the floor joists on, then I can level them up and shoot them. So I'm gonna go cut those floor joists and figure out how to get those up by myself, and we'll see how that works. Okay, big day today. We're all ready for trusses here, and they finally got here. It's only like 10 months after I dug the hole, but man, it's gonna be a good day. We're gonna get this side of this roof all set, probably sheet it today. Got a whole bunch more to build up there, waiting on concrete, but let's tear into these trusses and see what we can build, huh? Okay, so that is super sketchy up there. It's 30 feet in the air. I'm gonna have a harness on, but I still don't like it. So I'm trying to build as much as I can on the ground. This is called the drop gable. So you got a 2x8 lookout that nails to this one, 2 feet separated. But I'm gonna do it all on the ground because it is just way too sketchy up there. It's way easier and faster to do this stuff on the ground. So you'll see I'm gonna take these apart, set them up, and build this section on the ground. Alright, got her all built. So that drop gable is the same as the 8.5. We got the whole thing built with our fascia on, and that saves us a ton of time in the air, which makes it way safe. Got my annoying harness on, because this is all sketchy. So we'll get started somehow. So that's about, what is that? 22 feet fall. Never work over unprotected rebar. Even that does not make me feel good. But that'll kill you faster than anything. Never work over unprotected rebar. We've got Beto going up in the man basket. That's 31 feet. Too dangerous to walk out there. He'll still be harnessed. I'm gonna set up my harness on this side and get out there because I'm always the disposable guy. And then, yeah, see how it goes. So we've built this 5-truss spreader here. Get in there. 5 trusses at a time, because setting one at a time is just a joke. So they got to kind of get those balanced, then they'll swing those up. Once we get over this mega sketch here, that's like 20, my head's about 27 feet. Just rebar and concrete below, but I'm all harnessed up, so here we go. Yep.
got 2 marks.
Truss layout goes that way. Hey. Alto. Muy alto.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, got everything up. Had to frame this one in the air. That one ready. Got my fascia on. On these, I got a little angle brace. Really got to level these outside ends because they're floppy. Chalk line set. Start sheeting. Gotta get the center sheet parallel with your truss and then swing it into line. Okay, stayed late last night, sheeting that roof, couldn't really film it, too much of a hurry. But I gotta build this big wall right here. Looks a little bit like this. Got a great big 12-foot door, 8-foot high windows, and it's a shear wall, meaning it's gonna hold the movement this way, so it's a pretty important wall. So I'm gonna run really beefy 4x6s in here and an LVL, double LVL. I don't really need one because this is not really a load-bearing wall. Trusses are carrying the weight above, but I want it to be very stiff, so I'm adding all that material just to really stiffen up the wall. So I'm gonna take my laser, the Spectra, what is the model number on this thing? LP51G. Anyway, it has that little green dot in there. Shoots at perfectly straight up level. I don't use spirit level with a bubble. I don't use those anymore. Too hard. That's like 16 feet. You're not gonna get that with a spirit level. So what I'm gonna do is I've laid out on the floor all of my windows and doors. I'm gonna set that laser. I'm gonna go in the man basket and transfer that up there. Then I'll get measurements, cut all my vertical pieces, get my header, throw it all in. You with me? Well, actually have a corner closed in. It'll be something else, huh? Okay. Gotta suit up. I always laser up to the long point side. This is a 412 pitch, which is 27 degrees. So you're gonna have an angle cut up there, right? And I always measure to this because it's easier to hook. Short points are they're doable, but why make it harder? Measure to that long point and run. I got me a long point measurement right there of a double 3.5. See if I can get a measurement without knocking my laser over. Gosh dang wind. Why? 181.25. Ooh, almost got the laser. Dang it. I got it. The tape sticks to that magnet. This is how you break lasers. That's one thing about these lasers, they're super fragile. Getting a little ahead of myself. I can't do this side yet. It's pretty solid, but I don't dare take both braces off, so I gotta start on that side first. Maybe. Let's think. Nope. I'm gonna start on the big side because then I can sheath the most to gain some shear value. I really can't see this one moving at all, but you never know. That looks heavy. Let me clean up some stuff and get ready, then I'll be right back with you. This is Versalam oriented strand. I don't know exactly the technical term, but I traded these 1.5 years ago. Got a unit of them out there. But that's gonna be the beefy structure I need now. Holy crap, is it gonna be fun to get up there. Hopefully I don't have to cut it twice. Nope. Be nice as 2 guys, wouldn't it? So you can build, and a lot of guys will tell me I'm dumb. If you knew it's a 412 and you knew your width, you could build this on the ground and stand it up, which I've done a bunch. But it never matches these trusses. It'll be too high, be too low. And I like this really tight, so I'll just put in the extra time and do it this way. Production framers are gonna tell me that I'm dumb, but if you want quality, this is how you do it. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Tap, tap, and we're gonna be perfect. Yeah, right on the line. Yeah, a lot of nails. It's important. And down we go. This is only gonna take all day. I always tell the lumber, don't fight, I'll win. We're gonna go splare, and that's all there is to it. All right. Got one over here. Let me do that one. I don't need to see the same thing twice, and then we can I'll put this one in. Just a bunch of that stuff. We'll do some more, yeah? Okay, so I've got this layout here. So this rough opening for this door is 82. We have a plate on the bottom, it's 1.5 inches. So that means to here we're going to be 80.5 inches. Then I have a 6-inch here and a 1'6" here. I've added all that up, minus my 1.5 inches. Gives me 104.5 for my trimmers. It's actually over here. 104.5. I'm going to put those in. An important step coming up. Okay. Now I need to get the length of this beam, right? So I go up in the man basket and I measure up there. Bah, wrong. You never measure in the air. If you're gonna measure a beam, measure the floor, hook it on your trimmer, hook it to your other trimmer, because that's right on your layout and that will be exact. Because you're gonna bow and flex up there. Never measure in there. Never, never, never. So, I'm gonna hook on. Oh, what have I done? Oh, I got a mess going on. Problem is that I want to pull my tape straight across. I don't want to go, well, actually it's the same height. But always pull your tape straight. If you're going over something, your measurement's not going to be right. I'm going to hook it right there to the outside trimmer here. 18 foot 1/4. It's going to take me about 30 minutes to go find those, get them in here and cut them. So I'll be right back. And then we're really gonna need about 3 guys, but I only got 1. Yes, that was heavy. Yes, that was hard to get up there. Never really needed a gym membership. Like I said, this is all absolutely not necessary, but I want it strong. And I can do whatever I want on my house. I'll get into the sketchy part. Ooh, yikes. I'll wake you up. Oh. Good example. There's a 1/2 inch gap right here because this thing's bowing out. Got lucky on that one. Up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm going to put a screw in there a second time, put the other one in. Come back. Okay, I've got. This is boring to watch. I didn't really need to film it all, but I filled all that in. I furred that out to make my 6 inches. If this was a bearing wall, I've got a single trimmer here that wouldn't work on a bearing wall. Except I got this big member right here underneath the beam, which picks up the load, makes that single trimmer okay. It's really not even important. But what we've got is, it's daddy-daughter date night, and I'm gonna run out of time. And this wall is fairly exposed because I took the bracing off for the shear. I gotta get sheeting up. I gotta get this corner tied in case I have to go. So I kinda gotta stop there and I gotta get some sheets on. So you can't be late for daddy-daughter date night, I'll tell you that. So I'm gonna chalk a line somehow and start sheeting. Which is highly boring to watch. I'll just come back in a minute. When you've got a long span that's not very structural, this is an 82, that's my window height. Put it in there so it doesn't sag down. Keep it nice and straight. I'll bet this mic picks up every freaking grunt I do, which is not ideal. That might look like an incredible waste of a sheet because we're covering these windows, but on these intersections, and this is such an important shear wall, you want this to be continuous grain as much as possible. Yeah, we're gonna cut most of that sheet out, but I need all the strength I can get. Also, I always ran sheeting vertical. It's all I ever saw for probably 25 years. And then someone requested going this way. I put it on TikTok and turns out half of the US, most of Canada goes horizontal. Because what you have in these sheets is the strands. I'll show you a clip of it. They're running the long way. So the strength axis is actually in the 8-foot run. So you get a much flatter wall if you lay them horizontally opposed to vertically. A little bit more blocking, but a much nicer wall. Okay. Shoot this one on. I'm going to put a few more sheets on. That's about all I'm going to get today. And I got about 19 family things this week, so I'll see you next weekend. I don't know what we're doing, but there's plenty to do. I really want to get that deck on. All right, see you next weekend. All right, back to work. It's been about a week and a half. We had really bad rain last weekend. I got like one night, I framed a wall, but it was the same as the other one I showed you. So now I'm doing this complicated one. I got the steel beam right here. Got a truss that goes down here to that lower wall. You probably can't see that. I laid out my windows, and now I got the headers. I'm gonna put them in by myself. They're gonna weigh 1,000 pounds. I gotta get this all studded, built, top plate, strung. I'm trying to get, today's, what is it, Wednesday? Thursday, Friday I can work here, and I want to get these trusses set Saturday is my goal. Pretty ambitious goal. Anyway, that's where we're at. I'm gonna put that together. I will turn this back on when something interesting happens. Oh, sun's going down. One thing I like to do is I'll sheet as I go because I never trust my layout. They seem to always grow and shrink, so I've been pulled these off of the sheet, and then I'll put another sheet. I'll keep pulling that layout. That way I don't get surprised when I come up here and try to sheet this wall. But there it goes. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and try to get this done. Okay, here's how you do a header by yourself. I pre-cut my trimmers. I've already done a couple. Didn't want a video of me trying to figure it out. I lean them, that way they're lower than the header height. And you take El Grande, holy, that's heavy. You sneak it in there, and you hope it fits on the other side. Yep, it does. Okay, now it's in. And I just lift up with my melon to get that pretty close. Like that. And I flush this baby up. all the way down. Same on the other side. Brings it right into where it's got to be. Load the top. That's how you put a header in by yourself. We got one more to do. And I gotta go through and put all my studs. Yep. Sun's dropping fast. Okay, next morning. Let me show you. I like to put that sheet on because then I can butt right into the sheet. Go over here and hold back 3/4. And I'm gonna be dead money. When you pull, this is like a 65 feet. And if you pull it from there, I don't know why, but it just always seems to crawl off of your layout. Sometimes these sheets are 1/8 of an inch shorter for gappage, and I don't know it. Anyway, just got in the habit of chasing my sheet down the wall. That way I know my layout's always gonna be perfect. Another thing, I like to use these concrete turnbuckles. These, especially when I'm by myself, because I can lock it in, check my level, do little adjustments. I use them all the time. Okay, I'm gonna frame out this wall. I don't know if there's much more to show you here. Take me a couple hours, and then we'll go to the bottom. To get it all done, I'm gonna put a string line end to end, 1 inch off. Then I'll adjust these turnbuckles until this wall is straight as an arrow. Then we'll go work on the lower wall.